Hello everyone, this is Ninja Guy underscore 12 here, bringing you a match in the Gundam Mark III. I know the last video that I did on this suit had no commentary and was request, so wasn't able to actually, talk about this suit, but now that I've actually gotten some, footage that it's like long enough to actually do a commentary. Obviously I did get two pretty good matches, so I just put them all in one video. So hopefully you guys don't mind the longer runtime, but I'm not sure. But still, I wanted to get my point across because this is a very interesting general. But before we continue, if you guys want to know the colors that I've used, which is obviously still the colors that I used for the request video, these kind of Freedom Gundam colors. If you guys want to know them so that you can use it yourself, you can always ask me what they are in the comment section down below or my Discord server. Link to that's in the description. And if you want to make any GB02 request videos this month, you can also ask me on my Discord server. Obviously, everyone gets 2 free requests. You just have to be a part of my Discord server. So the Gundam Mark III is a 550 General level 1. It goes into level 3 at 650, and this is the 650 cost suit. I happened to got this on my other account. Where unfortunately I don't have higher level weapons of this suit, or at least for this suit, I should say. So on my main account, I have all 3 level weapons, so like the beam saber and the beam rifle at level 3. But on this account, I have pretty much nothing. So I'm using a level 1 beam saber and rifle with the level 3 cannons. So not the best setup, but it's what I had. So besides, I really want to get better with this suit because this suit, while it does have some problems for me personally, I think it's still a great general. It just needs a few more things to actually make it decent. So in terms of weapons, this thing has pretty bare bones amount. It has this beam rifle, which is very interesting looking. I do like the design of the beam rifle, it's really nice. But it also has piercing damage, which is really nice. It's always nice to hit multiple people with the beam rifle. It's so beautiful. It does do a lot of, it actually does fairly decent damage, though the reload time is a bit too long in my opinion for how many shots you have with your beam rifle. So I feel like if they could nerf or like reduce the time it takes for you to actually reload it, that'd be a lot better. But that's just my own personal opinion. The second thing it has is the beam saber, which technically it should have 2, or actually technically speaking, I actually looked this up on the Gundam Wiki. It should actually have 4 beam sabers, because the beam cannons also act as beam sabers, but you also have the 2 beam sabers on the shield, which technically means this thing has 5 beam sabers, because you see the beam saber on the back skirt, which actually it shouldn't even have. But yeah, it has the beam sabers, and originally when this suit first came out, it had only 1 swing for this suit. It did eventually get a buff to where it could swing twice, which definitely helps a lot, though I still kind of baffled as to why we just can't dual wield the beam saber, because it would actually, or like, give us another sub weapon that would allow you to have 1 beam saber and then hold on to 2 beam sabers. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, I don't fully understand why they did what they did to that in terms of the beam sabers, but whatever. So it's really nice to have 2 swings for once on this suit. Though I never really had this suit before, so I didn't know what it was like to have a single swing for the Mark III. Though I'm assuming it was probably pretty bad. And then its last and final weapon is the beam cannons, which do fairly decent damage, though obviously you could tell they don't actually stagger. It takes 2 hits if you land both hits of the beam cannons. Basically, you have to hit 4 hits with the beam cannons to actually stagger someone, instead of just the 2 that most other beam cannons have. So I know it's a bit awkward, but yeah. Really disappointing about that one, but I feel like they should rework it because although you do a lot of damage, I feel like the time to actually shoot the cannons is a bit too long. If it acted like the Gaz R that recently came out, where you could actually spam the beam cannons like that, I think it'd be worlds better, in my opinion, and I think it'd be just a better option. Or have another sub-weapon that's like a rapid-fire version of the beam cannons, kind of similar to like the Toad's Ritter. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of have them act like beam guns or something, because at the moment, this thing doesn't have a lot going for it, I guess. And that's it for the weapons. It has basically nothing else aside from, of course, the shield, which I do like the design of the shield. It is quite nice. I pretty much like a lot of things about the Gundam Mark III design. Though I just feel like it's lacking in this game. I feel like it needs other weapons. So technically speaking, it is canon to what it actually used, because it has the beam rifle, or the E-Pack beam rifle, the beam cannons, and the sabers. That's basically it. It didn't have Vulcans, it didn't have like a beam spot gun or something. So it doesn't have any of those things built into it or anything, which sucks because I feel like this thing could use another weapon or two to actually really make this suit really, pop. Because I feel like it's pretty much lacking in features. Or, like, if you don't want to give us more weapons, then give it more skills, because it still suffers from, the fact that it still, like, gets heavy staggered from mobile suit explosions, which kind of blows, and also you have to worry about, only having a single dodge roll. When considering the lack of weapons this thing has, you might as well just give it 2 dodge rolls, which would really make this a lot more better, I guess, is the best word I could describe it with. So now we move on to the next match we have. I'm getting a lot better with this suit for sure. I've done a lot of matches so far, and I'm kind of failing at it still. This is basically the suit where if I want to get a whole bunch of assists, I go with this, because, man, whenever I bring this out, everyone just loves to just take all my kills and all my credit. So yeah, that is not fun or fair, but I don't get to make that choice. People just do whatever the fuck they want, I suppose. I still got a kind of gush about the colors I have for the Freedom Gundam colors. I think they turned out really good. I just wish the V-fin wasn't actually attached to the chest. So, like, obviously, if you paint the torso, like, obviously black, which I have, it also makes the V-fin black, which really sucks, because, obviously, I want to try to be as close as possible, but just can't do that with this suit, because fuck you. And screw you, Camphor, you're dead. I don't know why you decided to be here at a 650 room. Poor Camphor. But the design, I guess we could talk about that. I love the design. Though, in terms of, like, a favorite variation, I had to go actually with the Build Divers version, like the Gundam Tertium from the final episode, or not the final episode, the second to last episode and the last episode for Build Divers Re-Rise. That, in my opinion, is really cool, and I do really like that version or take of the Mark III. Pretty much, even just the normal Mark III is still pretty cool. I like the way the backpack looks. I do like the back skirt. I like how long and simple it looks. The shield's quite cool too. The head is kind of unique. It's kind of like a mixture of, like, pretty much the Gundam Mark II, the Zeta, and the Yakushiki just all put into one. And it's really interesting and cool. Though, unfortunately, we haven't really seen too much of this, and in terms of model kits, we only really have the RE100 kit. There is a P Bandai, of course, Gundam Mark III, which kind of blows that it is P Bandai, because I actually built the Gundam Tertium, and although that kit is really nice, it's really lacking. And also, the beam sabers have nowhere to store. Basically, you have to wait till you get the actual Gundam Mark III to store them on, whether on the shield or if they're using as beam cannons. You know, they're using the beam cannons as sabers, then you also have to put them on there. So, not really sure what I would do, honestly. I kind of want to get the high grade, but at the same time, like, the RE100 just seems a lot better, in my opinion, because I'm pretty sure the Gundam Mark III, our high grade kit, is still going to have some stickers, because the Gundam Tertium that I built wasn't too sticker heavy. It's just, is obviously still missing just some smaller color apps and stuff, while the RE100 kind of just takes care of that. So I wouldn't mind seeing a 1/100 skill Gundam Tertium. That'd be kind of dope. Or just Gundam Salt Sam. That one, I'm not really a big fan of that. I like the face. That's pretty much the only thing I really like about that version. The whole extra arm thing and the giant drill thing, or lance thing. The lance thing is kind of cool, but not really. But then you also have the weird ass arm. It's just not really that cool looking, in my opinion. Thankfully, you don't actually have to buy that now, because you can just buy the Gundam Tertium and just like change a few things and not have that and have symmetrical arms. So that's nice. And obviously, yeah, you have the 2 beam rifles for that kit too. It's really nice. I really enjoyed the Gundam Tertium, though. It's pretty much in a forever work in progress. Progress, because I'm kind of trying to kit bash it with a bunch of leftover parts that I have. Trying to cannibalize a bunch of kits that I've built that when I first getting into Gunpla, and just putting it all on the Tertium. So don't expect me to ever like show pictures of it at the moment, because it's not really looking great. But you know, hopefully it'll work out one day. I'm kind of struggling to figure out what else to talk about. I guess like certain design changes or something. Like if I had my own Gundam Mark III, honestly, I would just give it fucking dual beam rifles or shields, and just like, instead of having the beam cannons, I would actually have extra beam cannons, similar to like the Zeta Plus series, where they have like the beam cannons on the side skirts. I would probably give it that too, and then actually give it some head Vulcans. That'd be really nice. And then also maybe some sub-arms, so it could have 4 beam sabers like at once. That'd be also really, really cool. But otherwise, this is the normal Mark III. It's still just pretty fancy. I do like a lot of the Zeta MSV designs, really nice. I hope we'll see more of them in the game, because at the moment we pretty much have nothing. We have like, what, the Gundam Mark III and like the Gunnican Detector, and that's, I guess also the Nemo 3, but that's basically it. I was hoping we'd get more before we get to like Char's counterattack, but I was clearly fucking wrong. Apparently we decided to, you know, rush forward with Char's counterattack, despite the fact that we still have not gotten everything from, obviously, the first GBO game, from Double Zeta. I guess also technically Zeta, because we're still missing the Masala. Yeah, a bunch of stuff from Double Zeta. Sentinel, we're still not finished. And also, was a few minor suits, like, obviously, like, the Gym Dominance that was teased, or, like, that we had the leaked image for. I'm not really sure why we already in Char's counterattack. I guess they really had to do something big for the Spring Festival, but still, it's kind of stupid. Like, we still have not finished many of these other series yet, but you just decide to just press on forward. Whatever. I can't really argue with BB Studios' decision. That's their own, so we're kind of just stuck. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the long video and just not really having much to talk about. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you all later.